Welcome to another Telltale Books video. I'm Greg, and in this video I'm continuing my series about John Brunner, attempting to discuss each of the works in his complete bibliography in order of publication. And this video will cover his sixth published story by my bibliography, which may or may not be accurate. So this video is about his sixth published work, Tomorrow is Another Day, which is a novella published in March of 1954 in Authentic Science Fiction Monthly, issue number 43. I don't have a physical copy of that. I'll put digital images on screen. And I read it in a free PDF that I found on the internet. And to the best of my knowledge, this has never been reprinted, collected, anthologized anywhere else. The only way to read it is in Authentic Science Fiction Monthly number 43, which I believe was a British science fiction magazine. John Brunner was British, so that would make sense. Though he did already at this time published in American magazines like Astounding. It is a longer work. It is a novella, so it's not particularly short. In this story, you have a character, Mr. Michel, or Michael, not sure. I think I remember his first name was August. And he's having these nightmares. And he goes to a doctor. And the doctor turns out to be a doctor from one of his nightmares. And he doesn't know what's going on. He thinks he doesn't know what's going on, but he doesn't think he's going crazy. But he wants to get to the bottom of this. Why would he be having nightmares that are coming true? There's got to be something more to this. Well, a series of events quickly leads him to find that there are two warring factions on Earth. There are two warring factions that are kind of behind the scenes. Nobody knows about this except them. They are immortal, and they have super mind powers. And Mr. Michel is a pawn in their war. These two factions fighting one another. And so then he quickly gets caught up in that and has to try and save himself. I'm trying not to spoil the story at all. And so I'm not doing a really good job at making it sound very exciting. It's not a bad story. It's pretty good. It's written well, but what I feel about this story is that at the beginning, you have these nightmares and you have this sense of something really weird going on, dreams entering into reality or whatever. Almost like a later Philip K. Dick type story going on here, or a later new wave science fiction type story, which Brunner would write some of, but not here. It starts out that way, and I wanted it to keep going that way. I wanted it to get really deep like that, but it didn't. Instead it bailed and went into this adventure story about these two warring factions that have mind powers. And from that point on, it was predictable and was just basic science fiction adventure. It was well done, but nothing great. Definitely not a top tale. Readable and enjoyable, but I don't think there's anything here that's going to offer you any surprises. So I think I would only recommend this to people who are pretty diehard about John Brunner, because I think everybody else is going to come away a little disappointed thinking, man, this could have been so much more. And it's, sometimes reading these older science fiction stories from our perspective, you get done with it and you go, I would really love to rewrite that to make it do what I wanted it to do, because it didn't go there. It bailed out and didn't go as far as I think the story's loaded with potential, but it just didn't realize it, just held back from that. And you almost just want to write your own version of it and make it into what you wish it would have been. And that's kind of how I feel about this one. It was a competent story, but it just could have been so much more, so much cooler, especially with the quality of writing that Brunner would end up doing later on. I mean, maybe he wasn't capable in 1954, but we know he was capable of it later on. And we just wish he would have done that. So that's Tomorrow is Another Day. It's a good but not great story. And, well, you might like it, but if you like more modern stuff, then you might not like it. So then his seventh story will be my next one. It's a story called Armistice that was published in 1955. That will be my next John Brunner. Have you ever read Tomorrow is Another Day? Leave your comments. Leave comments about John Brunner, especially his early days, if there's anything that will illuminate why he held back on this story. And otherwise, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and come on back for more John Brunner, more of all the other authors that we do here.